in a minute. Well, we got a call yesterday. Bill White did over at the Fallen Heroes Fund, and he said, I got this hysterical email message, which to call him, so I did. And he said, "You're not going to believe this. Cher called me." Mm-hmm. I said, "Sonny and Cher?" I said, "Yeah, sure." I thought, well, okay, because I don't believe, why would you believe that? So he said, "No, it's she wants to call in and give money to the Fallen Heroes Fund." Right. I said, "It better be Cher." Please welcome to the Imus Morning program from California, where it is about 8 minutes after 5 o'clock. Cher. Morning, Cher.
Good morning.
How are you?
Well, sleepy.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. So, when I've been thinking about the old days in which I was around L.A. at the time, and used to hang around Gold Star. Remember Gold Star?
Absolutely.
What was that engineer's name who did all the Phil's records?
Oh, God. Oh, Larry.
Larry Levine, was it?
Yeah, Larry Levine.
Okay, this is Cher.
I mean, that was like a test?
That was a test.
That was okay. Man.
I had other questions, but that'll do.
No, I was thinking about Stan, who owned it, but yeah, it was Larry.
Yeah. My favorite Sonny and Cher record of all time was Baby Don't Go. So I still did you hear the version that Dwight Yoakam and Sheryl Crow did?
No, I didn't.
Oh, good. Don't listen to it.
Okay. that was Sonny's favorite one, too.
Yeah, he wrote that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you pass again. Anyway, well, how are you?
Well, I'm fine. How are you?
Good. What got you involved in this Fallen Heroes deal?
Well, you, actually. I woke up one night in the middle of the night, like sometimes I do, and turned you on, and you were complaining, which is not new, but I was interested in. You were really cranky, saying, what's going on? This is crap. I can usually get so much money, and I can't believe that I'm not getting all of this money, and blah, 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 blah. And then you were talking about it. And so I thought, I've got to contribute to that. And then I forgot. And then I got really sick. And
what was the matter with you?
I just got this, ridiculous flu, but it's been down for 2.5 weeks. And then...
Do you eat dairy products?
No, I don't. But I just got it anyway. You know what? Everybody in my house got it, so I just got it worse. So anyway, I then the other morning I heard that they were this certain amount short, and I just kept thinking, I can't believe that they haven't gotten it by now. But thank God, because now I can contribute to it, and I'm an idiot for forgetting.
Well, you're on the phone now. You're hardly an idiot, so.
Well, no, I mean I made it now, but just by the skin of my teeth.
Oh, didn't you do a USO tour when you were like? When you were 19 or something?
Well, no, but we went to the hospitals. I mean.
That's right.
That's what happened. I went to Bethesda and I went to Walter Reed and spent some time there when I was on tour. So I got to meet a whole bunch of the guys and a couple of women, and it was so. It's just, I don't know, obviously that once you go there, you just are never going to be the same again. When you go and meet all of these really amazing people, you just realize, first of all, how insignificant every problem you have is, and how brave and just unbelievable these guys are. I went there because I'd been on tour for what seemed like half of my adult life, and then I had a couple of days off, and they asked me to come, and I was feeling kind of a little bit fragile, because I'd been out there for so long, and I was kind of nervous about how I would be. Not that I'm usually great at those kind of things. I've been doing it my whole life, but I was a little bit nervous, and I thought, I just hope I'll be tough and be good and, just not be so upset by seeing these guys that I don't do my job properly, And so when I walked up, there was this young guy standing outside, and he'd lost both of his arms, and he was so pissed off because he had gone to McDonald's and tried to eat a hamburger and crushed the hamburger with one of his hands. And he and I were talking, and we started laughing, and I thought, okay, this is not going to be a problem. And then I ended up staying all day, and it was just a great experience for me.
Well, Senator McCain asked, I guess it was, I forget when it was, he asked me to go. Because I had never thought about going, I'm ashamed to admit, and hadn't even thought much about it, you hear stories like Bob Dole and Senator Bob Kerry and stories like that, but Charles Diamond and I went to Walter Reed, and it was, I just sound lame, but it was almost a life-altering experience. Just to see these kids, and of course I was bitching about the rehab facilities themselves. It's not that the people do a bad job. The people are wonderful, these VA folks and all these people that volunteer and all that sort of thing. But then when they came to me, Richard Santulli from NetJets called me about this rehab center they were building in San Antonio. And they wanted to do it with private money because they thought it was important. Because the nitwit who's the president wouldn't ask any Americans to really do anything other than kids to go over there and die for no reason. But this went beyond politics, and it was irrelevant how one felt about the war, whether it was a good idea or a bad idea. The net bottom line is the kids are coming home with no arms and legs, and they're having some of them stay home until they can get in a rehab center. And it's already under construction. It's a world-class, state-of-the-art crown jewel rehab center there in San Antonio.
I remember hearing you say that the rehab center was like one step below, I don't know,
a Holiday
Inn in Milwaukee or Paris, Texas, or I don't even remember where it was.
It was Paris, Texas. How much money do you want to give them?
Pardon?
How much money do you want to give them?
They needed a certain amount to get it finished, and it was $300,000.
Jesus. Holy cow. Holy cow. That's more money than I gave. Good for you. Well, God bless you.
Bless your heart.
Hey, I got a good idea for you.
What is it?
Well, Rod Stewart, he's had a resurgence in his hideous career. And Barry Manilow's got the #1 album in the country. Now, you can still sing, can't you?
Oh, I do fair to middling.
But, man, there's an album waiting to happen for you. So.
It's on the Sonny and Cher show, the whole time we were doing it, I used to do this, this segment where I would do an old song from the 30s, 40s, and I really loved it, but it kind of seems like, I remember when Linda did that song, that album, and she was really nervous, and it turned out to be a great album. But I kind of think, I don't know, maybe it would be a great fit for me, but now that those guys have done it, it kind of seems like it would be not cheesy, but maybe cheesy.
What do you care?
Well, that's true. I don't. If I cared a lot about that kind of stuff, I wouldn't have done half the things I've done.
Well, you've done a great thing here, so thank you very much, Cher.
Okay. I'm really happy to have been able to do it. It's not much, but it's something.
Oh, God, it's $300,000. What are you, nuts? Thank you very much. God bless you.
Okay, bye.
All right, baby. Cher here on the Imus program.